My dear students of class 9A and 9B, today's teaching the same lesson, chapter number 2, the Vedic age. Under the following points, I am going to teach you economy, religion, education, karma and moksha, new god, and concept of Saivism and Vaishnavism. Concept of Saivism and Vaishnavism. Now, first point, economy. You know, during early Vedic age, the people of the early Vedic age, their main occupation was cattle rearing and agriculture. But basically, they were pastoralists, and they are, they were tribal people. And their wealth was measured by the number of cattle and quality of pasture land, because they were pastoralists. But in the later Vedic age, my dear students, agriculture gained more and more importance, and a number of crops they started producing, like rice, sugarcane, millets, and these were grown during the later Vedic age. And many crafts also developed due to the discovery of metal iron. The metal iron means, due to the discovery of iron metal, they also discovered many agricultural implements, many weapons, and utilized it in plowing their agricultural lands. And at the same time, the domesticated animals they also utilized. At the same time, during later Vedic age, leather work also was improved, pottery work also was improved, jewelry designing work, carpentry work, these all were improved. And with the discovery of after their growth and development in the field of agriculture, in the field of jewelry designing, in the field of carpentry, various people of different professions, they all became rich, prosperous, and as a result of it, this trade flourished, and village settlements developed into towns. Because their choice, their status also was changed due to their earnings, due to their enormous income. And then craft specialization was common, and many professions. Besides, craft specialization was common, and many professions were organized into guilds because of expansion of trade and commerce. A number of guilds also were established in order to maintain the trading companies, in order to introduce some system of principles and policies to be followed. And next one, religion. Next point, religion. The main objects of worship. During the early Vedic age, the Aryans worshipped the nature, the sky, the land, the air, in order to protect themselves from being killed by the natural disasters. That's why they had faith on natural God, that God should be worshipped properly, otherwise they would kill them, because natural disasters like storms, like flood, storm, and famine, this type of natural disasters often and then took place, and so many people, a large number of people died, and as a result of it, they feared it. That's why during early Vedic age, the Aryans worshipped the air, they worshipped the natural environment, the sky, the water, the fire. These all were worshipped by the Aryans. During which period? During the early Vedic period. But in course of time, during the later Vedic period, the Aryans changed their style of worshipping, and they choose many god and goddesses as their, as their, and started worshipping them. Like this way, the concept was changed into devas, like the gods of the early Vedic age were mostly male. The gods of the early Vedic age mainly connected with the sky because they believed that the all gods of nature were male and they were connected with the sky. The Aryans worshipped before leaving their place for fighting against their enemies. They always looked at the sky and worshipped their god, their male god. But during but as per the Rig Veda, many prayers for cattle and horses in the later Vedic age came. People began to worship many gods such as Brahma. Brahma was the creator, and Vishnu is the protector. Shiva is the destroyer. Durga, Lakshmi, Kali. So these type of male, female means deities, they also worshipped, and it was during this time that the concept of Shaivism and Vaishnavism also was formed. The concept of Shaivism and Vaishnavism, and during this time the concept of karma and moksha. During this time, the concept of karma and moksha evolved. How? It was believed that a person's status, position, and comfort in life were determined by actions, by his or her previous life. That means in previous life, which family he belonged, and next life, which life that very person is leading. It is dependent on his nature, dependent on his status, family tradition, and determined by actions. And so, the karma and belief, priests receive gifts, gold, cloth, cows, and horses. So, as per their karma, priests were considered as the most respectable person in the society. So they were given various gifts like gold, like cloth, like cows, horses, etc., etc. And moksha mean at the time when they would like to make more money. They decided to make more money. They wanted to be more and more prosperous and wealthy. In that case, it determined that very person would be able to make money by means of his karma. So these two concepts, karma and moksha, is correlated during the time of later Vedic period under the concept of karma and moksha. So many people became rich, prosperous, and obtained high respect in the society because of their activities, because of their position, because of their status in the society. And whatever wrongs were committed would have to be paid for by getting born to live another life. Born to live another life, my dear students. And then man would continue to be reborn until he lived a life in which he did nothing wrong. That means, as per the concept of Upanishads, whatever wrongs one person would commit would have to be paid for by being born to live another life, as per the concept of Upanishads and the concept of cycle of birth, because they would have to attain moksha or freedom after having freed from the cycle of birth. So the Upanishad shed light on such, higher knowledge. Upanishad also played an important role during the later Vedic age. Upanishad, the concept also was formed, and at the same time the later Vedic age, two great epics, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, also were composed during which age? During the later Vedic age, the two great epics of the Hindus, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, also were composed. And apart from this, the Aryans had a very rigid system of education. There was a system of Gurukul method, means Gurukul system of education was there. All boys after the age of 7 were sent to their Gurukula or the residence of their teachers or the teachers resident to receive education. During the later Vedic age, this period of life was known as the Brahmacharya. Which period? The period when the student they remain under their gurus in Gurukula. This period of life was known as the Brahmacharya, because during that period they would have to they were assigned many responsibilities by their gurus to look after the cows of their gurus, to look after the children of the family, to clear the floors and the open spaces of their gurus, to clear the forests outside the residence of the guru, and to follow the instructions of the guru properly. And so each and every part of these all were a part of the teaching of the guru. So this Gurukul system of education, whenever it would become completed, they were freed and they were allowed to lead a practical life in their society by their gurus. So after having received a complete education under their gurus, the children, they would come back to their respective families and they start a new life and would become a practical and would become a member of that very society, until they would complete their education from the from their gurus, from the Gurukula system of education. They were not allowed to be the member of the society. That's why at the age of 7, all children were sent to the Gurukula in order to receive knowledge, in order to complete their education under their gurus. So these are the system. Under the Gurukula system, most of the children, they receive knowledge. There would so many development and growth also were there because of their moral upliftment, their their education, their presence of mind. In each and every part, the gurus noticed, and the gurus find out the ways by which they could improve it, and they could become a complete man in the society, man of a society. So after having received this education from their gurus, ultimately they would get back to their respective houses and would become a complete man of the society. Up to this, my dear students, next day the remaining points. Thank you.